So now we are doing our functions practically now. Let us continue. We said def, we defined def, and we said my function, def my function, and then our function we wanted to print okay, we are going to put a parameter here. We want to print the first name. Okay, we want to print first, I want the function to print your first name. So we are going to put a parameter inside the parenthesis at function definition, and the parameter is going to be first name. It's going to be first name. Okay, but we can shorten it. To just say f name. You can just say f name. Okay, and so we are going to say print. We are going to print the f name. We are going to print f name, and then we are going to add on the statement f name. Okay, let us just print the f name. So let us go on and call our function. We said we call our function by just stating the function name, my function, and then inside the parenthesis we pass an argument, and at this time the argument is going to be the value which is going to be passed onto our parameter, as we explained in the first video. So we're going to pass, so you can pass here your name. I'm going to use Chirunji, it's my first name. So when I pass Chirunji as the argument here at function calling, Chirunji is going to be passed on to the function at function definition here, and here when we run a program, we are going to see that in our console down here, we are going to see that it has printed the name Chirunji, as you can see here. So the function has printed the name Chirunji, and so we have used parameter here and argument. So let us call the function many times. Let us call the function many times, and as we are passing different arguments into that function. So let us copy it here, and okay, so now we are calling the function many times here, and we are going to pass different names, different values. So first we passed Chirunji. Here we can pass here in the second function call. In the third function call we can pass Farida. Okay, let us pass Hanisa. We can pass Jacob here. Okay, and so these are different names that have been passed at function calling. So when we run the program here, you're going to see that it is going to print all these names. The first name is Chirunji, the second is here, the third is Hanisa, and the fourth is Jacob. So at function call, the argument that you put inside the parenthesis at function call is passed onto our parameter here at function definition, which is the f name, and it prints the outcome. Okay, that is it. So now let us look at now another example. Let us define another function. For example, we are going to define a function that can make ice cream for us. Okay, we are going to define a function that can make ice cream for us. Let me first see here. Where is it? Okay. Okay, So let us define another function. We're going to define a function that can make us ice cream. Let us first state it here. A function that prints different ice cream. A function that prints different ice cream flavors. So we are going to write a function that prints different flavors of ice cream. Okay, remember in Python, if you write a statement which begins with this hash, there the program does not interpret it. It is just for our own use, for readability. Okay, the user can just read this statement and just to get to know what the function is about, or what the code is about. So here we're going to write a function that prints different flavors of ice cream. Okay, so let us start by defining the function def. We are going to call the function make ice cream. We are going to call the function make ice. So make ice cream is the name of the function. Make ice cream is the name of our function. We're going to follow it by parentheses, and inside the parentheses we're going to put an argument. At this time we are going to put flavor. So flavor is going to be our parameter, and so we shall pass on different flavors at function calling, and the function will print as ice cream depending on the flavor that you want. So we want our function to print. So we want it to print first of all the flavor. We want it to print the flavor, and then it's going to go on and add on this statement flavor, then flavor ice cream. So let us say flavor. Okay, flavor ice cream. Ice cream is ready. Okay, so that is what we want our function to do. So when we call the function now, let us go on and call the function that we call it by stating its name, which is make ice cream. Make ice cream, and inside the parentheses we are going to pass a flavor of the ice cream that we want. So which flavor would we want? Let us start with chocolate flavor. Chocolate. Okay, we can add on chocolate flavor. We can add on the word flavor as well. So let us pass an argument called chocolate flavor, and let us run our program and see the result. So you can see here that it states that chocolate flavor ice cream is ready. Chocolate flavor ice cream is ready. So it has printed our chocolate flavor ice cream. So since this you can note that flavor ice cream is not separated, it's one word. So if you want to separate it, you can come here after the plus, because we want to add on this string of this string. So we can create a space here by using this and then putting a space there. And so when we run it again, you will see the statement that reads chocolate flavor ice cream is ready. Okay, so if you want different flavors of ice cream, you just call the function. You just go on to call the function. So if you want a different flavor of ice cream, you can just change the flavor here. You can just change the flavor here, and you can put, instead of chocolate, you can put vanilla. And when you run the program, it will print vanilla ice cream. So it will say vanilla flavor ice cream is ready. So if you want a different flavor of ice cream, you just come here and you change the flavor. So you can as well go on and call the function as many times as you want. Let us copy this, our function call. If we copy our function call and we can paste it here. our function call. So you can call, so here you can see that we have called our function 3 times, and we are going to give it different flavors at any particular time. So so the first one was vanilla, so let us call a strawberry flavor, strawberry there, and here we can say vanilla, strawberry, we can say here chocolate. So when you run the program, you'll see that all the flavors are printed. The first one is vanilla ice cream is ready, then strawberry flavor ice cream is ready, then chocolate flavor ice cream is ready. Okay. Lastly, let us look at another example by using the return. So let's say using return. So we can also do it like this. We can define our function def. We can say make ice cream. Def make ice cream. Inside our function, we put the parameter flavor there, and here instead of saying print, instead of printing as we did here, instead here we are going to say return. So what do we want to return? We want to return the flavor, and then we are going to go on and add on this statement, return flavor, then this string flavor, then ice cream is ready. Okay, so here when we run this, it will not bring out anything because there is a difference between print and return. Okay, so let us also look at the difference between print and return. When we say print, as we did here, when we say print, this means that we are printing the result on the screen. We are just printing the result on the screen. But when we say return, when we return a value, it means that this value is not going to be printed on the screen, but it is going to be stored in memory for future use. If, for example, you may return this flavor of ice cream, and in the future maybe you want to mix this flavor of ice cream with another ingredient or another something to come out with a different product. So the return, when we return a value, it means that we want to use it for later use. But when we just print a value, it means it is just printed on the screen for us to see. So if we say div, so let us first run this. Okay, so when we run this, you will see that there is nothing to show here because we have not printed anything. Okay, so when we want to see the result, we are instead going to print. Now we are just going to print the function call. At this time here, you see that we just called our function. Here we just called our function, and this the ice cream was printed because it we had already given it this function of printing. But now we have just given it a function. Our function just returns this. It just returns this value. So when we want to see the result, we are going to print. We're just going to print the function call. So the function call is the name of the function, make ice cream, and then we are going to go on to pass on an argument. For example, let us say chocolate. Okay, so at this time when we run our program, you are going to see that it is going to print because this it is going to print this one, chocolate ice cream is ready. Okay, these are the first three up. These are the first three outcomes for this: vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. They are these first three, and then this one where we are using return, it is this last one. Okay, so maybe let us use another flavor altogether to separate it. Which flavor can it be? Let us say mango. When we say mango and we run, you will see that mango ice cream is ready. Mango ice cream is ready. So I just wanted us to look at the difference between return and print. So we can stop here for now and get ready to continue with simplifying and understanding functions in Python. Let's stop here for now and we shall continue.